Break the ice.
Welcome to Talking Shit about Fitness. My name is Greg Moya, owner and founder of Double Dog Fitness and CrossFit Talkin. To my left is BK Call Me Coach Koechler, and to my right, Dilton the Tech Garcia. Today we're going to talk about just how we got into fitness, how we got into CrossFit, sports, whatever it was. BK, how'd you get into fitness or CrossFit?
How did I get into CrossFit? I'll introduce myself. I started out actually moving here as what was it? I was working in a hookah bar or something like that.
A hookah bar?
Yeah, down in Coconut Grove.
Nice. Oh, back in the day.
Yeah.
Hookah lounge.
And then, no, I forget the name of the place, actually. I really do. But, I don't know. I had a friend that was working out in the gym, and I started working out with them. Man, I don't like this, man.
But were you always into fitness? Like you were before you moved down, were you an athlete or anything at some point, or just?
No, at all. I really didn't know much about fitness at all. I didn't know anything about working out. I went to a gym for a little bit with a friend when I was living in Naples, but it was just basic chest day, arm days,
And no leg day.
No leg day.
No leg
No
day.
leg day.
Yeah.
That's very important. That's very
I
important.
honestly do not remember doing a lot of legs, man. I really don't remember hitting the legs too much. I know that there was a lot of people there yelling about doing legs, and they would help you build testosterone and activate the hormones in your body and stuff like that. But everybody walking around there was
Like
Big
toothpick.
biceps,
top,
big chest.
top heavy, man, top heavy. But yeah, no, I fell into it. I honestly fell into it accidentally.
So
It was a blessing, man.
So you just fell in love once you heard CrossFit, just fell in love with it and kept on going from there.
CrossFit. It was more just of what they were doing. Like I was always an active kid, so I was always running through the woods and playing in the woods and things like that. So I was never inside. I was always outside wanting to do things until I had to go to sleep. So I liked that about it, but it was always active, and it wasn't that you were sitting in a bench or that you had to, isolate like a certain body.
How'd you get into fitness, Dylan?
Honestly, I've always been overweight. I was like a fat, healthy kid, active kid, especially moving from here to the States to Colombia, South America. And everybody's out there, all the kids are in the street, no shoes on, just running around. By the time it's 12 o'clock, you have blister size of quarters going back into your house because everything is so hot. And, outdoor, but I was still always heavy. I still love to eat. I played baseball, soccer here and there, and basketball.
Like your brother?
Yes. But I never found like somebody to push me to get that drive. And then I ended up moving back here, and I would come back here for vacation. Every time I would come back, it was just being in the house because my parents worked while I was here on vacation, and that's where I just kept on gaining the weight every time I would come on vacation, and just went downhill from there after that. Then moved back to the U.S. Still nothing with workout training, nothing at all. Just going to school, working until I got married and my wife got pregnant, and I was the one gaining the weight, not my wife. I became diabetic.
Even when she was pregnant?
She was pregnant, yeah.
You gained the weight?
I gained the weight. So I went from 200 to 300 pounds, like within that time frame, and I didn't realize what was going on until I started seeing blurry, and I got scared. I went to the doctor, and they did a blood test, and now I'm diabetic. And from then on, I started searching. I was in Virginia, Potomac. At Quantico, yep. And I saw, Prince William County CrossFit. Oh, let me try this out, free thing. They had a group on. I went, and actually, the first day was double unders, and I fell in love with it because as a kid here in Miami back then, that's one of the things that they would teach you, like double unders and triple unders. Yeah. So I saw that, and I was a big guy, and I did it, and they looked at me like, "Wow, this 300-pound guy doing double unders?" Like, yeah, I've been doing that when I was a kid, and after that, like that movement just fell in love with it.
So you got hooked with the double unders?
With the double unders, that's when I see dubs on the workout. Like, I gotta go do dubs.
Well, in my case, I was always an athlete. From the age of 6, I was a tennis player. I was nationally ranked worldwide in the ITF juniors. I turned pro, played on the pro circuit until I got hurt. But I've also been active with other sports like ice hockey, indoor soccer in Connecticut, because they have both lacrosse. I even tried rowing. So rowing, I think I lasted 2 weeks rowing because that's no joke.
I think it's different from the water than from actual rowing.
Yeah,
It's a
that
lot.
rowing with the actual and working out with the actual rowers and doing those movements, you really gotta put work in. Now, when I moved down to Miami, this was a culture shock. I'm from a small town in Connecticut. This is different. Miami's different. And here people work out. Now, okay, how I traveled a lot, so California is really into fitness. Florida is into fitness, but they're also into the party, looking good, this and that. Here, I got into fitness, into CrossFit. Well, as I got older, I was 30, 2012, I got into CrossFit. I already knew what CrossFit was because I did 3 years of competitive bodybuilding. I knew about it in the early 2000s back in California when I was stationed in the Marine Corps. And at the same time, I was anti-CrossFit because it was still very new. Main site was only by video. They didn't have no instructional videos. It was just WODs, the workout of the day, and you go. I mean, I remember Andy Sakamoto. That's probably my number one athlete that I remember as a big name from CrossFit when I first started. And doing Fran, and I'm seeing these people like dying, and I'm like, that looks cool, but that's not for me. And then when my wife had the baby, I was programming for her, and regular gym workouts, and I'm like, why are you still gaining weight? This and that. I had my tennis academy, and I was still doing regular gym workouts, and I was being a personal trainer. I've been a personal trainer for a long time. And at the same time, after I saw this, I'm like, you need CrossFit. So she asked me, I thought you were anti-CrossFit. I'm like, yo, I'm going to do it for 3 months. Wrong. 7.5 years later, still doing CrossFit. I'm a box owner, and I love it. This I think is, I'm not going to say the best, but I think is the most effective style of exercise.
Complete as well.
And complete exercise that anybody can do and anywhere. The constantly varied, high intensity movement, obviously mixing it with hypertrophy work, accessory work, skills, this and that. And, I'm going to say, one of my first coaches has been BK, and I look up to him still to this day. I still use his methods, and the way I've learned and added my own and mixed it up with different coaches that I've learned from and stuff like that. And innovate fitness in different ways. Like yesterday, I programmed for the class yoke rollovers. His crazy mentality, I mean, as a Marine myself, those are the type of things that we do in the Marine Corps. So I've had people message me like, are you getting them ready for her? That was that Ninja Warrior? And I'm like, I'm just
trying something different.
Fun and see how they can come up with different ideas. Because my Saturday classes, I want to do obstacle course style workouts, but also throw in kettlebell swings, dumbbell levels, or rowing, or the bike. So you're gonna see how fit you've gotten and overcome fears. I had one girl, Elsa. She's like, I can't do it. She did it. She did it numerous times because she has a fear of being upside down. And it's not about you need to overcome your fear. And I'm here. I was guiding her. She overcame her fear. And I love it. I love the fact that there's so many different domains in fitness, and different styles of coaching, different programming, and it's not that they're all bad. They're not all bad, and they're all good. They all work for different goals. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I fell into it. Like I said, I moved here in 2009 to Miami, and I just met a bunch of great people in the gym. I had a great opportunity, and I was doing regular gym stuff too. It was at that Unlimited Fitness.
Yeah, by Chick-fil-A.
Regular bodybuilding stuff at the beginning, and then George came in and started doing CrossFit. We called it XFit in the Taekwondo area. So there was like this little back room that they did Taekwondo in. And so we started taking barbells in there, and we started doing thrusters and running outside, and we had the doors open and an air-conditioned gym, and we were like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, close the damn door. So we had to close the door and open it, close it every time we ran outside. Stupid shit like that.
Because I can imagine like they been like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like I can imagine them like their faces
everybody's
too,
looking
surprised.
Yeah, it was like only 4 of us, too. So it wasn't even like we had a group class or nothing. It was like just a couple of guys like
doing their own crazy stuff.
Doing
yeah.
the opposite of what everybody else was doing in the gym. Yeah, we brought tires and we were flipping tires and shit, and people were like, "What's going on?" Everybody else was there just doing their chest, pump, muscle pump. So that was it. Though it was like. I was doing that regular stuff. I saw him, start to do that CrossFit in there, and he was coming to the regular gym to work out, but he would always do the CrossFit. And I started doing the movements like on my own, just watching them, and eventually, George was like, "Dude, come work out with us, come and try it." And they were obviously a lot fitter than I was, so that's why I was intimidated. I'm not gonna go ask these guys, but what they're doing is really, really cool. I want to do that. And I started with one of those half balls. Doing Fran. I did the Bosu ball. I did thrusters with the barbell, and I did jumping pull-ups on that blue ball. That was my first Fran. And after that, it was like that George owned a construction company, and he wanted to open his own little gym because that place was kind of shutting down. And I happened to be at the right place at the right time because I wasn't doing anything at all at that time. I was there just hanging out at the gym. So he's like, "I'm gonna open this spot across the street." He's like, "I need help, obviously. We're gonna build it out and stuff like that." And I told him I had previous, construction experience, and I helped him build the showers. We tore down everything that was inside the place, gutted it out. Yeah, we gutted everything out. I still have pictures and stuff for memories, but we painted the wall, we pressure washed the walls, painted the walls, put all the mats down, hung all the pull-up bars, and I did everything. Yeah, I built the frame of the bathroom in the office. And
I remember that.
I put down the shower floor and the wall in the shower and all that stuff.
How long did it take you guys?
And we did it. We did it. No, shit happened quick.
And you guys were one of the first ones at that time.
We got the keys. Yeah, we got the keys to that place in like
2010 and 2011.
Like February maybe. It was February actually. Well, at the end of January, beginning of February, we got the keys of 2010, and we opened in March 2010 was our soft opening. We had a grand opening after that. But I was teaching beginners classes with 30 people in them, man. Nobody knew what CrossFit was. I was like, holy, what is this? It's a new spot, So I had 30 people every week. For the first 2 years, it was consistent. Yeah, dude, it was nuts. It was nuts.
It's funny because a couple of years ago, I don't know if it was Guido Trinidad, owner of Peak 360, has a similar story with Michael Suna that owned I Am CrossFit and Crush Games, right?
Yeah.
Michael Suna was doing CrossFit, this and that. He's like, "Hey, Guido, come over and do CrossFit." He's like, "Nah, bro, I like the gym." He came over, tried it. This is when the level ones were a weekend course with no testing, and you're just sitting in a classroom.
And that was George's first cert. There was no test. He just sat in that class, and that was it. And I gave him his level 1, and he affiliated.
Oh wow!
And Guido has one of the best boxes here in Miami. He's gone to the CrossFit Games as an athlete. He's been to regionals many times. He's been even at a Masters. Noah Olsen comes from that gym. Top number 4 in the world at the CrossFit Games. He finished 1 year.
Yeah, I think so. I believe so.
So at the end of the day, these Miami is one of the obviously CrossFit started on the West Coast and it's evolved worldwide. It's growing. It's growing faster than any other sport. And
it's evolving too.
And it's evolving.
Because every year they always introduce new movements in these games. New ways
that's where I've been. Since 2009, when I first learned how to do a thruster all the way till now, I've never stopped learning, dude. I listen to music in the gym all day long. That's all I do. So I listen to music all day. So it's in my car, it's audiobooks, it's podcasts, it's learning, it's all how do I learn so I can apply it? And if I apply it, I'm gonna share it, and then it's gonna grow. That's it. That's what I think that this is all about.
Yeah.
And
It's growing
I
as a
think-
coach, it's growing as a
own a
business
gym and
owner.
make money, but I mean, if you build a community, dude, that's something that's
yeah, and that's the
gonna
thing
live
with CrossFit, it's a community, but like a regular gym, hey, how did you get this? Like, oh, okay, like they don't want to tell you, like they don't want to tell them
The
you know,
secret.
the secret of
Yeah,
how they got there.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and with CrossFit, it's different. Oh, come on, let me show you. They're more open, they're more social, and that kind
I
of
tell
sense.
people in my beginners classes, like, when you're done with my beginners class, you should be able to teach next week's beginners classes. Like, I want that from you. If I don't give that to you, then I'm gonna have to work harder. If I don't
Correct.
teach you, I'm gonna have to work harder eventually because you're gonna keep coming here and just doing it wrong.
Correct.
So it's like I'm gonna give you everything I can for you to fly, go.
And that's the same thing what I do with the members here. I give them everything, whether it's nutrition, technique, fundamentals. I put on a silver platter. That's what I tell them. But at the end of the day, it's upon them that they gotta use
They
it.
gotta work it.
Correct.
gotta
Like
work.
for example, I work in IT and I have teach guys how to do certain things, and sometimes can you do it? Like no. Let me show you how you do it, so that way you learn and then you can teach somebody else how to do it. I mean, it's always important also because I mean, if you're afraid to like tell somebody how to do certain things, job security. I mean, there's gonna only be one of you if you do it well.
10 years down the road, man, that's our goal here.
Seven
We're
and
trying to
7.5 years. I didn't think I would be a business owner, a
big
box
network
owner,
here, man.
or a coach, or even be doing CrossFit. I thought it was gonna be something temporary, and I fell in love with it. And now, as a competitor, as an athlete, I never, after tennis, I never thought I'd be competing in a sport and being ready as almost 45 years old, as being an athlete, still competing in a sport.
That's a really cool part of it too.
And one of my
Always
big,
an opportunity.
Yeah.
because I remember on the way to the first Wadapalooza, when it was free, there was maybe like 10 vendors. Everybody just went for like the weekend, it was 3 days. The first Wadapalooza was 3 days,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then it went down to 2 days. And my wife on the way over there, she's like, "What you want to compete?" And I go to her, no, I'm done competing, doing a sport is too much dedication. I was fucking wrong. I go to her, I swear to God, still to this day, I remember the WOD that I was watching. It was at Tina Hill, whatever the hill. I was watching John Adams, Big Ron Ortiz, and I forgot the other team members. And it was deadlifts, rowing, and rope climbing, a team event. And I was where the weights were, where everybody was warming up, whatever. And I go to my wife, "I can do this." She's like, "What do you mean?" Of course, you know how to rope climb and you're good at deadlifts. I go, no, I can do all this, And she goes, "Go for it." The next day I signed up for the CrossFit Games Open. $20, 12.1, 7 minutes in heaven, burpees. Never forget that one. 12.2, I think, or 12.3 was carrying 150 wall balls, 90 double unders, which I had no double unders, and 30 ring muscle ups. I didn't even get past the wall balls. Mind you, I'm 2-3 months into CrossFit, and I loved it. I remember when I went to Wadapalooza, I was watching my coaches, and I saw Noah Olsen competing, Dominic Morici competing, Ryan Gadisha, Adrian Florido, Fats, Adrian, what's the other one? The two Adrian Fats and Florido, the other
Florida and
Gongora, the Ingham twins, which happens to be
Tapia was out there
recovering,
too, man.
Tapia, so many people.
There's a lot of good
And
athletes.
that was amazing. And the only female
That was the
competing
fun
was
time.
Telena Fortunato.
Because they were actually having fun. It wasn't like
Yeah, back then CrossFit was fun. And the thing is, Telena Fortunato was the only female doing elite. She was the only elite, and she was in the same heat as the elite guys, or the RX guys. And watching a woman doing these ring muscle ups, and you're like, and pistols, and you're like freaking out at these athletes, like
A different
wow.
level.
Yeah, it's a different level. And look where Wodapalooza has evolved. It's become.
No, and every day everybody starts, oh, I want to do this. Wow, that's interesting. And I think they get intimidated because they see these
The CrossFit Games athletes.
yeah, CrossFit Game app, and it's not just that. It's more about that. It's more about health, fitness, nutrition.
Like I
And
That was my first competition. I was scared shitless, man. It was 2010. I was competing against Noah.
oh, really?
And
I
it was at
No, Clash of the Fittest.
Clash of the Fittest, yeah. And I went RX. First competition, it was RX. Like, that was it. Like, that was the only way I could go in because George wasn't going to have me do anything scaled. So I'm like, all right, here we go. And he was competing too. He ended up taking third place. Noah was in fourth, and I actually came in 12th that year. So it was like, it was a hell of a challenge. It was like a bunch of different stuff. We had bar muscle ups. We had pistol squats. We had box jump, or 30-inch box jumps. 185 power cleans, handstand walking, so all that shit was involved, and I was scared shitless. I was super scared. That was my first time seeing anything like that. And George got off the Taekwondo US team. He was fighting Taekwondo, and he just looks at me and he's like, dude, you're not gonna get kicked in the head. He's like, nobody's gonna hurt you. He's like, fucking just go in there and have at it, man. You do this every day. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, you're right. And I went in there for the first WOD, and I'm warming up in the warm-up area, right? And I see all these big-ass dudes fucking lifting all these weights, and I'm like looking around like, holy shit. And they're looking at me like I'm supposed to be in the next heat. Like, ah, you're supposed to be in fucking scale, you little-ass dude. Like,
what are you doing in
like
RX?
160-pound guy looking like fucking Chris Spieler, you know? Like I'm trying to hang with these monsters, and I did. I went out there, and it was like 60 people. 60, I think, RX athletes, dude. I fucking came, 40 to 60 people. I can't remember exactly. But it was definitely over 40. And I came in 12th place, man. Like, I fucking put myself to the test.
I mean, for your first competition, that was good, yeah.
To not having any hands and fucking high-five chest bumping everybody on the field. Like, it was really cool. It was more like, congratulations, good job, instead of
the camaraderie.
Yes,
like,
it's not like, they're not like angry at you or anything. They're just like, hey, good job, yes.
I was like, I'm looking at it like, these guys are going to, like, you know, they want to crush me, and I'm like, no, these guys are like telling me good job. Yeah, thank you, man. Good job. Fuck yeah.
But you've never been an athlete.
I was really good at the handstand walks. That was my secret. Nobody knew that. I ripped on those handstand walks.
You've never been an athlete of any kind growing up, like competing in baseball,
I
football?
played like t-ball in the backyard, little
But like
stuff.
leagues in high school and stuff like that.
Nah. I tried out middle school football team. And they put pads on me and told me to run around the field, and I was like, nah, not today.
This is not for me.
Not today. Yeah, I wasn't into that at all.
Yeah,
I was into. I mean, we were outside and active, but I was never like disciplined like that. Like, you know, you have to do this, you have to do that.
You know, like you said earlier, like CrossFit is more than just competing. You know, like I tell the people, what you see on social media, these CrossFit Games athletes, and you know, that's less than 1% of what the CrossFit community is. The CrossFit community is really the mom, the pops, the people that are trying to get in shape. They want to live a long time. They want to get rid of chronic diseases. And look, I'm getting goosebumps because I say that from the heart, because I love what I do, just like he loves what he does. And that's what we try to help people with. But the thing is, I here in Miami, and I'm pretty sure you've experienced it, everybody wants the quick pill.
Oh, yeah.
You know, now we're going to talk a little bit about being real, about real talk, about what people want.
They want a 30-minute abs.
They want 30-minute abs. They want that quick pill. Oh, I want a big butt. Oh, I'm going to go see the plastic surgeon on Brickwood. I want six-pack. Oh, I'm going to get a tummy tuck. It's not about that. You know.
I mean, I'm 10 years in this shit, dude. I don't have a six-pack.
You know.
I mean, I live my lifestyle, and that's it, dude. I'm as healthy as I can be at 34, and fucking.
I'm about to turn 45, and
I'll be doing this for the next 40 years, so it's not.
I'm gonna die doing CrossFit.
I'm going on a cruise this weekend, and I want to fucking look good. Like,
I know, for me.
I want to go on a cruise when I'm 80 and work out on that cruise ship.
Exactly.
And still have a six-pack and so
How about
on.
that?
And I mean, like for me, I've noticed like I'm in better shape now. I'm 38 than I was at 24 or 25. I mean, because I was been overweight. And
you look healthy. Like if you look at your pictures before, probably people tell you, you look older or you look sad.
Yeah. Yes, miserable usually. Like I want to get out. I want to do stuff, and I want to get like.
Family and people are smiling, and that changes everything.
Yeah, it does.
One of my biggest things that as a coach, even as an athlete before, I know you do too. Go to the CrossFit.com website, the main site, and whether you have athletes that want to make the CrossFit Games or you have athletes that are just trying to look good and be fit. One of the things I always do is look at the workouts of the day. I'm going a little off topic, but if you look at the website, what was one of the first moves for the Open earlier this year? What was a new movement that they got introduced? Strict handstand push-ups.
Oh, strict. Okay.
Strict handstand push-ups. Huh? Now, I've been watching it lately. Not too long ago, they had strict Fran. So thrusters and strict pull-ups. So come the Open coming soon, or the sanctionals, or the games, they're gonna be putting a lot of strict movements. So that's what I love about this. I love what CrossFit is doing now, making it more strict. Fitness with the bodybuilding, or hypertrophy work, accessory work, nutrition, and and then the coaching, the community. I remember one time, a lot of people have a misconception about CrossFit, and I keep on seeing it through social media. I spoke to last year when I competed at Wadapalooza, Strong Fit, the French guy that programs for Victus. I forgot his name. And we were talking about bodybuilding and hypertrophy work, and this is him saying it. And I agree, I've always been saying it. I've been saying it since I started. If bodybuilders were to do CrossFit, they would excel as athletes, and vice versa, because they could learn so much from each other. In the sense where, like, if you look at some games athlete like Sam Dancer, the guy's huge, that guy's phenomenal. He has like I think 600 and something pound deadlift or 700 pound deadlift, and you're like, wow, this guy is phenomenal. But yeah, he does bring muscle ups like nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you see these old athletes. Well, Jason Kaliba. I mean, these are big. I met him in Wadapalooza. I met him in Wadapalooza when I volunteered as a workhorse, and he was there talking, and I was like, wow, this guy's like big in person. And he wasn't even competing. He was just like part of
doing his
talking, speaking. Yeah, correct, like a guest speaker.
Listen to how he speaks and how humble he is.
Yes, very. Yeah.
Because if you would have seen that guy when he first started CrossFit, like he was big, huge. I mean, you see him in the videos like passing out on the trail run. He didn't have the capacity to do what the CrossFitters were doing. If you were to see him in a gym, you would be like, he's unapproachable. Who is that guy? This guy's huge or stuff like that. And it changes here, man. Like you see big ass dudes helping females out with different things, and they're nice, and it's like they're approachable, like a teddy bear, dude. It's like it pulls it out of them, so it's not like you're seeing this image of just these big guys. Like, it's not intimidating.
And then you have guys like
that's what I feel like CrossFit has done to the community. It's like you see these guys, and then you hear them, and you're like, holy shit! That guy just did a 700-pound deadlift, but he's helping this kid with disabilities.
Yes.
Like that's his best friend, and he hangs out at the gym with him.
Oh yeah,
that's
come on, dude.
Yeah.
Where else are you gonna see that?
Yeah.
You're not gonna go to Gold's Gym and find that.
Oh no. They're like, boom, you're in my spot or something.
Everybody wants to be aggressive, and it's like, this is approachable. I feel like it's mixed everything up.
Like I know for me being here, I mean, it's giving me the desire to like help out, like to coach. That's what I'm doing now. And because I want to learn, I want to learn and help others. Yeah, and I see how I started. Hey, maybe I can help other people. Yeah, and like I told my brother at the beginning.
I can do it, dude.
Yeah, when I was telling my brother, like, bro, let's go to, like when I was going to another gym, let's go. Oh no, next year. And that's all he would tell me. Oh, next year, like, really next year. And then I would go to regular. Hey, let's go. Wake up. No, next time. Like now that I'm, now he's coming here, and then I stopped going to where I was before. And he said, hey, just go, try it out. Like, all right, let me go. And I went, and I fell in love with the way the training, the way that Greg is, the coaching is different. And honestly, I feel in better shape here than I've been in other places. and which I'm gonna compete now, which I haven't competed in a long time, and so hopefully I'll do be a good time.
And it's a process.
It's a process, yeah, it's a process.
Adapting and growing too.
Yes.
I mean, it's not to say that like you feel better now. It's like
Correct.
You're growing. You're growing.
Yeah,
Same
and
thing
it's not
with
like
me.
other boxes are better than
I've worked at
others.
multiple gyms, and it's not like I wasn't getting anywhere at those gyms. I was gaining a lot of experience, and I was learning a lot, and I was actually growing. I might have moved around a lot, and I've seen a lot. I've covered a lot of ground. So that was beneficial to me. And looking back on it, I'm thankful that I had those opportunities in those different gyms and saw what I was able to see, because it's growing.
No, and it's not like
we're not done.
Yeah, and it's not like it's not like other gyms are bad. It's just kind of what works for you, and you try to find that in a different box. Like you go, okay, I like the way it looks here. I like it's working for me. Okay, I'm gonna stay. So
I just signed up at LA Fitness to go swimming.
Yeah.
Oh, 24 hour.
24 hour. Same thing because I still have.
Unfortunately, not right now, but there's no boxes
that have a pool. Yeah.
So you gotta go use a pool. You gotta go to the gym.
Or the True Form, or the whatever, because a True Form is $5,000, $6,000.
Or a sauna, or all that kind of stuff. It helps with the muscles. I mean, a lot of boxes don't.
I feel like it's all necessary.
Like one thing that I've learned being a trainer and coach and athlete my whole life, I don't like being bullshit by coaches or trainers, And one thing I love about the CrossFit community is that the trainers and the coaches tell you the truth. You're like, listen, you don't do this, this is what's gonna happen. You don't do this is what's gonna happen. And your brother, for example, came in at 500 pounds here, he's now 380. He's lost 120 pounds. He could run now, mind you, I don't have him running all the time, but once in a while he'll run. I'll make him run 100 meters, whatever, 200 meters. He couldn't even step up to his first day onto a 12-inch box. He started on a 45-pound plate, stepping up. Last week he actually was able to hold himself up on the pull-up bar and do knee raises. Those are the type of success stories we want to hear.
Yes.
I remember this man right here, when it was 2013, I went to regionals just to watch. My wife and I, it was her birthday weekend, we went to Disney with the baby. And we're like, oh, let's go watch Dominic. And the guys that year, my 3 picks for the CrossFit Games was Dominic Marici, Julian Cerna, and Noah Olson. And I was watching it, and I was in shock by the community. And I'm pretty sure you've been to regionals a couple times. And I was like, wow. From that moment on is when I'm like, I want to make the CrossFit Games for Masters. I was still a couple years short of being podium. But still, I had to start putting in work. This man, I go, hey, I want to make, and he'll see me during open gym just working on my cleans and my snatches. And one thing I hated was being upside down. Handstand push-ups, I hated being upside down. And I had to commit to it, because you have to learn those skills. Because of him, I learned how to do a handstand walk and ring muscle ups the same week. I ripped my hand, and I was getting ready for a comp. I ripped my hands doing those ring muscle ups, progressions with the band he had me doing on the floor. It sucked. It hurt. And I didn't stop. As bad as I put like gauze and duct tape. I didn't care. And I don't care now. I mean, do I want to get hurt or injured? No, but it's gonna happen. Obviously, if you're an athlete. But if you're in it,
it's gonna happen anywhere, man.
But if for any athlete,
picking up bags of sand at Home Depot, dude.
It was talking about that. I mean, I texted him the other day. I'm like, don't laugh, dude. I pulled a muscle on my back, scooping ice cream for my son. It is true. And I'm like, I was
not stop laughing. How
I just went there and I just got stuck, and I'm like,
does that tell you, okay, like you shouldn't go to the gym now?
Exactly. No, I took a day off and I came.
For you.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be doing pull-ups because you use your back muscle. You shouldn't be doing any kind of pulling or anything. Like,
Or bending over.
Yeah, because if I would have gone to the doctor, stop doing that. Like,
you gotta start somewhere,
like
and you're gonna only see yourself grow, and that's all that
Yeah.
we keep promoting, and that's like that's what caught us. It was like you look at it like I can't do this. That's what your first impression is. Like, I can't do that. I can't do that. There's so much stuff I can't do. But it's like, where do you start? When do you start? If you can't do it now, and you don't start now, where is it gonna take you? Is that it? Like you're telling me that that's all you can do for the rest of your life? So now it's just gonna start to go down. Like you have no growing at all left in you. Like that's it. So it's like start somewhere. Start with the step. Start with a bumper plate, and then it turns into a bigger bumper plate. And that's what got me. I was doing pull-ups on a bouncy ball, dude. And my fastest frame time was 2:53 or something like that. RX. Like I got there. It was sub 3. That's an elite athlete back in the day. You know, it was like that was our goal, sub 3 frame.
I still remember my first frame, 11:28.
But I started on a bouncy ball. I could have easily told myself, like, hell no.
I'm not gonna do this.
For me. Like, why am I doing this? I look like a fool.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I did my first rope climb, where I reposted on a Thursday. Hey, we got a big boy. Like, and I almost lost it too. Like in the middle, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna fall. But you know what? I'm not gonna let go of that rope. I was midair, and I just I picked it up right away, and I kept on going.
Dude, yeah.
I mean, but yeah, you see those stages, and you're like, whoa, I can do this. Let me see what I can do next. So you still have to put like a goal of what's next.
And the growth here is fast.
Yes.
You see it. You're like.
The other day I did handstand.
Now you're using a 45-pound bar.
Yeah.
And a 10-pound kettlebell. And now you're doing a 25-pound kettlebell. Like this.
Yeah.
Like this, because of the mechanics.
Yes.
You're learning how to move now. You're
Correct.
moving better. So it's not even that you're getting stronger. You're just moving better. It's like shit. All right. Now
You're being efficient. You're being efficient.
Now you go home and you're picking things up. You know, like, oh, all right, I gotta keep my back straight.
Yeah.
You know, you're thinking more.
Yeah, because sometimes you see like, oh, like you're, I don't know how much weight, but you said like 160?
220.
220, I mean.
I was up to 220, like my heaviest. And I got down to 157. Right now I'm balanced at like 160.
So what's your max clean and jerk, for example?
Right now, no.
No, I mean, yeah.
But I mean, my max clean and jerk is 270.
Yeah, so you like I would go to the gym and you see it.
385. I was front squatting 345. I was deadlifting 405. Muscle ups, like a handstand walk, basically a football field. Like,
so I'm saying, like, so it's not really.
I remember
it's not about your.
He PR'd at snatch.
My abilities were amazing.
I hit hang snatch at 205.
At Fortress, man, like weighing 160 pounds.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to get to. So it's not about.
One time, what, 77, 78?
I was 89th.
89th.
2012.
In 2012, 89th in regionals out of like.
That was a good year for me. Man. That was
out of 500, 1,000.
I dialed in on my diet, dude.
So that tells you a lot that it's not just about being strong. It's not just about, it's about, technique and movement and mobility. It's about everything combined will get you to that next level.
That's where they've competed, and they make it a test now, and that's why people love it, because it is. It's not just like, oh, I got a 300-pound bench press. No, now I got a 315 bench press. Oh, I got the 325. And it's like, all right.
The Eagles are
after your bench press, we're gonna go run a mile and we're gonna do max pull-ups.
Exactly. Let's see if you can do that now. Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
One of the other things is yesterday, like BK said, is like, oh, I can't do this and I can't do that. Here in my box, the words I can't and I won't don't exist. It's about I will achieve, positive, because the thing is, what I've learned is when you say I can't, you already shut the door to what you're capable of doing. You already are being toxic with that negativity coming in here. And I've told my members, leave that shit at home, but that's where it starts. Whether that's the way you were brought up or that's how your, how can I say, your attitude towards things are. I can't do this, I'm afraid. Don't. Open your mind, open your heart. Soak everything in, because at the end of the day, if you don't, you're not gonna get better if you don't let those things, if you don't open up to it. And I told the member, I'm like, listen, everything that we do here, you're capable of doing. I'm not gonna have you do things you're not able to do. Because as a coach, that means I'm not doing my job the correct way. I'm not gonna have somebody that's been doing CrossFit for 6 months and still can't do a strict pull-up, and I'm gonna make them do ring muscles. It makes no sense. You know, whether it's ring rows or banded pull-ups. This is so diverse. So I try to create a positive feedback to them and push them. And that's using obviously the Marine Corps method. What do we do in boot camp as drill instructors? You know, I was never a drill instructor, but I learned from it. It's the first phase is tear the egos down because you have 100 guys in the platoon with 100 egos, different from different demographics, different neighborhoods, different cities, different states, doesn't matter, different upbringings, and you tear the attitudes down, their egos, and then you start building back up. And yeah, obviously in the Marine Corps or whatever military branch, you're building machines. You know, they're like, oh, everybody's brainwashed. No, it's that they want everybody to be on the same page. And you know, I'm not here trying to brainwash the members here, like trying to be the same, but I'm trying to build confidence. If you don't have confidence, you're not going to be able to achieve it. You're not going to be able to say, hey, I can do this. I can pass these boards. You know, for the people that are, you know, going up for a medical exam, you know, to get their PhD. You know, I can do this, you know. You have to believe in yourself. You know.
That just shows different versatility of gyms too, and that's why we need all of the gyms that we have. It's because not everybody learns the same, not everybody is attracted to the same things.
Correct.
So it's like that. Like he's got a perfect scenario. He has a gym that's run with a military background. Like I've never been involved in any military or discipline in my life. Like I said, I've been always able to run free. Like I've never had to stick to a team or dedicate myself to anything. So I'm teaching myself now more team building skills, and I'm reading books and studying about it, but it's like, you know, my approach is a lot different. My approach is, you know, come into a quiet environment that's separate from the big loud class. Let me kind of break you down, I guess. Let me bring you down to where you're going to be in a learning, you know, state of mind, right? So that you feel comfortable, like confident, like being here, instead of jumping into a regular class where everybody's running around and you're like, what's going on? And I'm yelling at you and the music's blasting, and you know, it's hard to learn that way. Nobody really studies with the music blasting in their room, you know. So it's like I try to take all that out. So I bring people outside, I talk to them very quietly, and I'm like, you know, this is how they do things. A lot of explanation and demonstration, and we go over the movements with PVC pipe, very repetitive, and it's a long process to get those people involved. And I've been very successful in that way. So it's like, but it's not, that my way isn't the only way either, because I have people that come in and they look at me like soft talking them and trying to, you know, get inside their head and have them understand why they're here, and they're looking at me like, dude, I just want to fucking work out, man. This is bullshit. Yeah, I can see it, I can sense it. So it's like, and then you don't see them the next day, and then the next day the people that come are the people that, you know, I got sympathized. All right, you know, I feel what this guy is trying to give me. I want to come back and learn some more. You know, and that other guy might have come to this guy's fucking gym and loved it. Yeah, let's fucking do this, man. Like this guy's on top of your shit, and he's fucking a drill sergeant. Like I love that shit. You know, so it's not one thing or the other. Like we need all this stuff. We need to learn from it all.
Correct. Yeah, like I was saying before, like you have to find like the right gym that has the right training that molds for, you know, your personality or the way that you want to learn.
I completely agree. I'm not afraid to tell a client, like, this might not be the place for you, man. Like, and I feel like a lot of places are afraid to do that. Like, that's why they've been changing. It's like, oh, you want to do spinning? Okay, I'm gonna go hire a spinning instructor and buy a couple of spinning bikes. Why would you do that? Like, there's 100 fucking spinning studios in Miami-Dade. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like that's one thing that kind of, you know, it doesn't make sense. Like, why aren't we like helping each other? Like, yo, you like fucking loud rock music and you want somebody fucking screaming in your ear? Go see Greg. I love this fucking guy. He's awesome. You know, but you know, if you go to Greg's place and you don't want to listen to his shit, his music, you fucking come over here and I'll help you out. Like, we listen.
If you want to, and being Miami is so much different.
It shouldn't be like, oh, because, you know, I'll play your music for you and I'll fucking cater to you because, you know, I want your money. Like, no, dude, I want you to go and build
become a better version.
Because you know what's gonna happen? He's going to build a bunch of people, and I'm going to build a bunch of people, and then we're going to do community events, and we're going to start, you know, big community building, and we can do events where we charge people and make extra money that way. And they don't even realize it. You know, it's not like we're trying to keep them and try to be, you know, what they want us to be. It's like we're ourselves, and then we can grow from there. We do all kinds of events. You know, it's like grow together, be together, talk to each other, help each other, send each other business, man. Why not?
And one thing, like he said about growing, you know, one thing in the last 7 years, you know, and I'm not downplaying anybody. I've seen the community kind of like separate. I don't know if you've noticed. Everybody's gone their separate way where everybody's gone their separate ways. Everybody says, oh, I got a better program here, you want to make games? So, you know, you want to make the CrossFit games? All right, we're going to, you know, come here. Oh, you want to make It's not about that.
It's not about that.
If I have an athlete, no, but if I have an athlete that wants to go to the games, dude, I've told people, go to CrossFit Soul. I swear to God, on my life. Like, I tell people, you want to go to the games? Go to CrossFit Soul. I can't do that for you. Like, I'm here helping an 80-year-old lady fucking live longer, you know? Like, unfortunately, like, that's where I've dedicated my time to. I love watching the games. I love watching athletes. I've built a lot of athletes. My girlfriend, for one, is a hell of an athlete.
Yes.
And it's like,
she's come a long way.
I might have had that capability to grow in that area, but I'm more interested in what I'm doing now. I'm very good at what I do. So if you want to go to the games, dude, go see Sean and these people, Danny at Soul. These guys are specialists. They've experienced that. Like, they're really good at it. Go use them, because I want you to do that. We're still gonna be friends, dude. Yeah. You can come to my gym and work out anytime and do yoga. They're gonna make fun of you over there, but you can come fucking do yoga with me, and you go over there and slam fucking weights. I love it, you know. So it's like
I'm the same way.
I do that already, and I wish that I knew that everybody else did that too. I want to be part of that. That's awesome.
I would do the same thing. I don't want to focus on.
You said it too a lot of times.
I said it. This is not. You want to make CrossFit games? I'll send you to CrossFit Soul, freaking CrossFit. Doesn't matter, because it takes a lot of time
to dedicate it to one.
But then they're also thinking that athlete, you know, a lot of these athletes thinking that some of these RX elite athletes think that they're hot shit. I don't know. When you put them next to other athletes that are at the same level, that are snatching 285 for triple, then you're gonna be like, whoa, you know. It happened to me 5 years ago. Yeah, I have a very heavy deadlift, and I squat heavy. I qualified #1 for the OC Throwdown and Masters, which was the last year that they had that competition. I qualified #1, show up over there, I ended up like 15th overall, and I was like, oh, the Masters over here in California are a different story. Oh, it was an eye-opener. But I'm pretty sure if doesn't matter if it's BK, I don't care, you go to the CrossFit Games, and you qualify for the CrossFit Games, you're gonna be like, oh, I did not belong. Because it's that much of a difference. And I'm not here to create CrossFit Games athletes. I'm here to create or help people that want to live a long, healthy life.
99%.
Become a better version of yourself.
The other 99%, like Greg Moya said, 1% that are athletes.
Less than 1%. Less than 1%.
We have so much more to share with other people that we can't get caught up with that.
And the community is beautiful. I love it.
We all need to open doors and be approachable to everybody.
Yeah. Like, I even told my parents see me now, and like, oh, your butt is coming up, or something like that. Yeah. My wife, or my mom, or my dad.
Needs and disabilities and like.
See, if I had,
you can't underestimate anything.
If I had a kid with special needs, I'll send them to BK. He loves them. Or even Ray.
I don't give anybody a chance to.
It's not about not having the patience, because I've worked with special needs kids. It's because having a special needs kid is you gotta have a lot of patience. You know, and it's not that I don't have the patience, I don't have the time to work with special needs kids. He does, you know. And so does Ray, and I know a couple other people. Like with me, I like helping. My specialty, pre and post gastric bypass patients. I love working with gastric bypass patients, because those are the people that I've been dealing for almost 18 years, training them, and I love it because when you see their pre goals to get that to qualify to be able to get the surgery, and then the post goal that you're like, yeah, we did it, I did it, and they cry, and you get into that emotional part with them, and it's when they conquer something, or even men and women that have lost weight and they conquer something new, and you see them crying and you give them a hug and they tell you thank you and this and that. That's
fulfilling.
Fulfilling. That's the fulfilling part.
Yeah.
That's the like where I get the goosebumps and I leave here with like, yeah. And then like when my athletes go to a competition like yourself that we're competing next weekend at FN Thunderdome in Punta Gorda, and I've had my athletes podium and they're like, yo, thank you for believing in me. Oh, I didn't podium, but I did something that I never thought I could do, and that's what I want to hear. I'm not up for, I want to make the CrossFit Games. I want to this and that. My box members are going to do the Open. They're going to try to do the Wadapalooza qualifier. We're having fun, and they qualify, when they don't. But at the end of the day, we're going to have fun, and we're doing it as a family. We're doing it as a box, and that's what matters. We're going to suffer together.
I think I remember recently, last year, whatever, we went on a bike ride. It was a 15-mile bike ride out at Shark Valley. And it was like the person I think was, I would say like mid-30s maybe, and they've never rode a bicycle on a Shark Valley. And they've lived here their entire lives. So,
I don't even know where that is.
Why have you never done
Where is that at?
It's on A Street.
Oh, down that way, okay.
Out on, what is it, going towards Mitsui.
Yeah.
And it was just weird because it's like, I don't know, I guess they've never been fit enough to want to ride a bike that far, or whatever it happened to be, but it's like, that was an accomplishment for them. Not even like going to a competition, but including competitions, but it's like simple things, like riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
That person finished it and was like, dude, I just biked 15 miles, like this is crazy.
I've never done that before, so it's...
Yeah,
that's awesome.
They're like excited about riding a bicycle in their 30s, and you're like, I mean, you're high five chest bump, that's cool, but it's like, holy shit, like, all right, like,
yeah, and you're surprised at like how many people haven't done certain things because a limit of of being active.
That little piece meant so much to them. It's like, that's why we're doing what we do. It's not.
And the thing is, a lot of people get in it for the wrong reasons. Coaching. I do it to help the community and to help people. I even help people get ready for boot camp, whatever military branch it is, or police academy or fire academy.
See, that's really cool. Man.
That's
the Marines come over here.
Yeah.
Bunch of little 17-year-old kids. Testosterone is fucking through the roof.
And then when I
doing 100 pull-ups,
they're doing 100 pull-ups and they don't even know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
They love it.
And I take them through a training,
awesome.
and they're like,
That's
I
so
thought
good.
I was in shape. When we did our Murph event, we had the Marines here and they did Murph. There was a kid he threw up like 5 times, and he was getting ready to ship out in like a month, and he's never done cardio until he got to the pulleys, to the recruiter that he started running, and he was throwing up. I got video and a picture of him. I'm like, hey, let out your demons. This is what happens. You're gonna go in for a rude awakening.
Imagine 10 years from now when that kid's like coming back to this guy and being like, fucking thank you.
Yes.
You changed my life, because I would have eaten shit and I would have probably been the maggot in the back of the fucking pack, if it wasn't for you.
You're just, what is
That's
it?
hands down.
What we used to say back in the days of the Marine Corps, bottom standards. You just make it on by in boot camp and
Passing by
on regular
We have
standards.
we have CrossFit athletes that are going to become firefighters, and they're like the leader of the fucking training.
Nico.
They're so fit.
Nico.
Yeah, it's like there's 100 people trying out, and there's only one leader, and that's fucking our guys, the guys that are doing CrossFit, not the fucking guys that are going to the gym, that are top heavy and fucking have been doing chest for 20 years or whatever. It's fucking, I think they're 21, 22 years old, trying out for firefighting school, and it's like, fucking our athletes are the most adaptable of everything. You fucking put a mask on them and have them suffocate. Like, we're used to working out with no oxygen, dude. Like, fucking give me an oxygen tank. Let's go.
The other day,
so what else do you want me to do? I'll fucking handstand walk and carry the ladder as far as you want, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we're built for that shit.
The other day,
and they have to thank this opportunity.
The other day on Facebook, I posted something which I got from a friend of mine that's a firefighter, JJ Ariola. You met him at Caution back in the days. He worked for Hialeah Fire Department. He posted something and I read the article and I reposted it. And it says, people that are trying to become firefighters or that are firefighters should not look into doing regular gym stuff. High intensity. High intensity constantly driving. That's what CrossFit is. Functional movements. Because if you're just doing this and deadlifts and squats and you think cardio is walking on a treadmill or riding a bicycle, you're wrong, because guess what? If you got a fireman to carry somebody, you got to go upstairs with a ladder or with a charged hose.
Or the hose, yeah.
They climb out of windows upside down on the ladder. So
on top of that suit I think weighs like an extra almost 100
with
pounds.
plus the
wall
tank.
walks, they're like, wall walk. You're like, yeah, dude,
Okay,
wall walk.
put on a suit and try it out, like, you know.
A wall walk. So when your house is on fire, you can get the hell out.
Yeah.
Like, that's why. Like, why am I doing this? Come on.
A couple years ago, I saw this video of this athlete.
We're past our time, but we're talking about good stuff.
Yeah, a couple years ago, I saw this YouTube video of this guy. He was he got invited to a couple of football camps, and he was always getting passed on until he did CrossFit, and he went from a different level, and he's one of the top players. I forgot which player. I think he was a defense guy.
Well,
and he got to like 0 to 60, and got in shape. Cardio was mile a minute, and he was able to get picked up.
The year that the New Orleans Saints won the Super Bowl, in the off season.
That was.
I remember.
Was that professional football?
Yes.
That was for the Steelers, I think.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
He was. He didn't get picked up.
Yes.
He was trying out and stuff, and he sat back and he did CrossFit up there.
He did it for like when everybody was playing, and he just took like a year just doing CrossFit, kicking ass, and
I read that.
Then he went back and he
yes. You gotta show me that article. I want to see that.
Yeah, it's a video. I have to find it. Yeah.
The New Orleans Saints, the year that they won the Super Bowl, Drew Brees, and that they crushed the season. The coach, he was doing CrossFit before, and he told her, "You guys are doing CrossFit." And they're like, what's that? Forget strength and conditioning in the gym, CrossFit. Not only did it build their stamina, their strength, their running, their mobility. Yeah, obviously they incorporated football
with
CrossFit, and the CrossFit football. Remember, CrossFit football was back in the days on the main site. That was a program. That was a workout program, CrossFit football, and they were mixing all this together. Because I mean, I've seen wrestlers use CrossFit footballs.
We've done Taekwondo. We were doing like kickouts, and then we would turn around and do power cleans, and then kick out.
Yeah, like
George was doing a bunch of crazy.
Like CrossFit football, I know wrestlers that were following the CrossFit football guidelines for their training regimen, because they kind of have similar, not movements, but it's very explosive. Think about it. If you're gonna hip toss somebody, you gotta have the strength in your core to hip toss somebody or even suplex somebody. Where in football, it's the same thing. You gotta tackle somebody. Where is that strength, that mobility, that lateral movement's coming? From your hips, not your legs. I mean, yeah, your legs, but the first thing that goes is your hips. That's how you telegraph somebody if they're gonna kick or they're gonna move, is their hips.
We had a professional golfer
at Orchards. I remember him, young kid.
He increased his golf swing by 7 miles an hour.
Oh crap! Wow, that's a big.
He's like, I didn't change anything. He's like, all I've been doing is CrossFit for the last, I think, like 6 months.
There's a retired tennis player, Marianne Bartoli. She won Wimbledon. She retired. She was doing.
Look him up. Andres Kuba.
I know you're talking about. I know Dre. And she was overweight, even being a top 10 tennis player. And she started doing CrossFit. She dropped about 25, 30 pounds. I actually saw a picture the other day on one of my memories. You see her, the name of the box, it was an orange shirt and it said CrossFit, whatever the name of the box was. And she dropped that weight and she won Wimbledon, which was phenomenal. But then you have other CrossFit a lot of tennis coaches back in the days growing up were against weight training overhead and any overhead movements and heavy lifting or weightlifting. Sports has evolved. If you look at athletes like a Rafael Nadal, or Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, these guys are using CrossFit, but obviously not as 100% training. They're using it maybe like 50% of the training, with obviously their plyometrics works, their physios and stuff like that are making them do it, which is beautiful because they're, you know, think of it, your shoulders being used the whole time in tennis, 100% of the time. Even though your legs are very explosive, but you're doing a lot of overhead squatting movements, a lot of kettlebell movements overhead to stabilize that muscle. And it's evolved. Tennis and other sports has evolved. Golf now, guys are fit. What's the Irish kid in golf? He was actually dating a female pro tennis player, Caroline Wozniacki. I forgot his name, but the kid is jacked. There's these golfers now, you look at them and their biceps and chest, and you're like, these guys better be driving the ball 500 yards, you know, it's like, fuck, you know. And baseball players are not only doing bodybuilding hypertrophy work, they're doing CrossFit, you know, or some football players, wrestlers. Look, well, I'm going to go to professional wrestling. You have my son and one of my favorite WWE wrestler, Seth Rollins. You know, that guy is in phenomenal shape, and he came out with a video about lifting and exercising, and he goes, oh yeah, I used to do bodybuilding, this and that, but I used to get real stiff and injured and hurt until I found CrossFit, you know, and I was able to control my heart rate while I was in the ring. My performance has gotten better. One of his good friends, Cesaro, is also what do you call a CrossFit athlete, one of the strongest WWE wrestlers, pound for pound there is. Becky Lynch, which is Seth Rollins' girlfriend, Bayley. All these WWE wrestlers now are evolving to using CrossFit because of all the agility movements that they're using in the ring. Even John Cena started, he tore his pec and his shoulder that his best friend, which is a WWE trainer back then, told him start doing Olympic lifting and CrossFit.
Yeah, and there's videos of him doing, you know, snatches and only lifting, clean and jerks.
He has almost like a 300-pound snatch. He has like a 600-pound back squat.
My version was the kids. Like, I have football kids. I got baseball kids. I had a girl. I had actually a girl that was a golfer. It was a female golfer. She was like 14 years old or something like that. Like, really high ranked in the state of Florida. So I'm seeing all these kids athletes that now the coaches, I'm assuming,
telling them to do
CrossFit.
CrossFit.
The parents are seeing it and they're like, I want my kid to be better than everybody. I'm taking him to CrossFit. Honestly, because that is the game changer. Those kids that go back on that field after doing CrossFit,
They're a different person.
Will rip anybody on the field. I don't care.
Because it makes you stronger and believe in yourself more.
What kind of genes you got, man. If this kid's doing CrossFit and you're not, you're gonna get passed up by a long shot. For sure. So like, I see it in the kids right now. All the sports, and all these new millennials are coming in through the system, man, and everybody's going through CrossFit. I had just this summer. Like, instead of going to summer camps or something like that,
they have summer camp for like CrossFit.
25. Well, we didn't even promote it or anything like that, but I had like 25 kids sign up like this during the summer. Boom, CrossFit. Yeah, all different angles, dancers and like I said, baseball players and stuff like that. Basketball, there's people play basketball. It's like, where'd you guys all come from? Like, who told you to come here? That's what I'm thinking. All right.
And then people are saying that CrossFit is expensive.
How do we get more involved in that? Because like, obviously, you know, it's attractive to some.
Yeah.
And not all the kids are coming. You know, somebody thinks that something else is better. You know, what is that? What is better? Let's go find that and you know, either help that, like we can, you know, accompany that by doing like a fitness portion into people's like summer camps, or we need to bring them into CrossFit, dude, because that's what's gonna get these kids moving now. Like the technology and all the shit on the iPads are not teaching them communication skills.
Nope, not at all.
And hard times and going through like struggles and pain, and it's like, you know, if your fucking phone dies, you plug it in. It's like, what? No, put that shit away. If it's fucking dead, it means you used it too long. Like, put that shit away, grab a kettlebell, or go outside and grab a stick and hit somebody with it. Like, do something that you're gonna actually
Something productive.
physically be rewarded by. Like that's nothing. That's not gonna reward you. Like you're wasting time.
Yeah. Like I know when I've been here with my son, and he's always like he wants to come out and do something, but we're doing heavyweight. He can't be out here, but he's always like he wants to start. So
like I have one bar, a 5-pound bar, which is my son's, and I want to get more. The thing is, I don't have a
technology's not helping.
Enough kids. I mean, I have Abel come in with JD, and they can do little things and make it fun for them.
But he works out with Christina.
Yeah, at night. Yeah.
So, dude, come on. He's in there now, but it's like
because we're here.
Yeah, we're here. Correct. Yeah.
But I mean, like
hopefully it would be like a learning thing. Like maybe they're studying something.
And that kid
has to be
and I'm gonna tell you right now, my son amazingly something he'll grab, and I'm not saying because that's my kid. He'll grab a PVC and just get in the corner and just start snatching or overhead squat, squat clean and split jerks, and I'm like, where'd you learn how to do that? They see it, and they see me watching CrossFit online and this and that.
No, and I think that the culture has changed. Like before, like now, parents want their kids to be healthy. Back then, the more food you ate is because you were good, you were healthy.
They still look for the easy pill, though.
Yeah, it is true. Because I know, because I mean, I remember when I came here, Virginia, and when I had my son and everything, I was talking to the doctor about me, and she was telling like with culture, like certain cultures, like I know my dad. I was 10 years old. He'll give me like a full-grown plate for an adult, and my brother too. Like, here you go. And since we ate good, like we had money, we were good. So the different mindset, depending on how they were brought up, is different. Now it's like I want my kid to be healthy. Don't eat this. You got to be careful. You give them the guidelines for later on in life, And that's what I would do with my son, because I don't want him to suffer what I went through. I want him to be active. I want him to mess up your knees, go out and play. Get a blister of a size quarter on your.
Fall off the bike and
yeah,
your knees.
that's how you learn. I remember my son, when he was little, he was playing with the outlet with the sport. You want to play with it? Go ahead, do it. Try it. He did it once. He never did it again.
You got electric.
Yeah, he never did it again.
I did it on the 240 one. Though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, behind the stove.
Oof. Oh,
I stuck my mom's keys in there.
Boom! Yeah. Blew the whole thing.
I did that in Connecticut.
Shaking, man.
Yeah.
I did that in Connecticut. I got an asshole.
We came home. My friend came home with a slice up his arm. My mom had to fix it up. Like, we were roughing it, man. Yeah.
And now, like, they're afraid.
It would rain outside, and we would go get our bicycles and ride up the river in the rain, in the water, in the mud. And we would come back drenched.
Well, I remember here when I first moved down with my boys, we had BMX bikes. Now, mind you, Hialeah, where the Sports Authority is at and stuff like that, was all, and this area right here was all Everglades. So not Everglades, but like wooded areas. We used to ride ATCs. ATVs weren't even existing. It was ATCs, the 3-wheelers back then. And then BMXing, and I would come back covered in mud, blood, and my dad's like, "Where were you?" "Oh no, we were riding back there on the ATCs." And they're like, "Where's that blood from?" "Oh no, I fell." "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
You walk it off and keep going.
And the thing is, parents, what I've noticed, the parents have kept the kids inside more as the times have changed.
Because also the culture.
But also there's more pedophile.
The fear of everything, the fear of society.
I had a class doing farmer carries with kettlebells one day, and I tried to explain to the little girl, I'm like, "Listen, you're doing this because you want to grow up and eventually go grocery shopping." And I try to relate to things. So,
that's what I do.
You're gonna go grocery shopping, and you want to be able to carry your groceries. Like, well, you want to eat, right? Little girl, there's food. Everybody wants food. So she's like, "I'll use Uber Eats." I looked at her like, just in shock, man.
Wow.
I was like, wow, all right, I guess you're right, man.
You got me on that one.
Whoever taught you that, man, needs to get their ass in here and work out too, because that's the wrong answer.
I use Uber Eats. That is what...
Dude, 11 years old. 11.
That's society, how it's becoming easier.
Like, I know when I go to South America, I always try to take my kids, because I want them to experience what I experienced, and I take no iPads. I take no laptops. Like, I'll take the iPad is when I'm on the plane, and that's it. Once they get on the plane over there, my son starts going out and playing soccer in front of the street with no shoes on. That's, it's a different thing. Like kids come out and play, and
That's but
the
also
culture
you
allows it
remember,
too.
You also can't do it here in the United States because over there that's your culture.
Correct.
Same thing like in Dominican Republic, Puerto
Yes.
Rico, Cuba. That's the culture.
Culture, yeah.
But the only places that I've seen where I've done it too is back in Connecticut and in the country where you can run around fucking barefoot and in your underwear, nobody's gonna give a fuck.
Yeah, and everybody's outside, looking at their kids. Everybody's not inside just looking at the TV all day. No, everybody's outside in the front and the porch, just saying hi to the neighbors and whatever and talking.
Dude,
and you're looking at your kids.
My mom freaked out one day, but we rode our bicycles basically like from here to like West
Miami
Beach.
Beach. Oh.
Like on our bicycles one day to go to my uncle's boat. Like I'm talking on main road.
2 hour ride. A 2 hour ride.
Little kids.
I used to do the same thing in Colombia. Yeah, to go to my dad's farm, drive 45 minutes.
She's like, what the hell? But we got all the way down there and back, dude. Unharmed. Nobody messed with us.
And I did the same thing here one time. I think I was 14. I was here for about a couple of weeks and I got on my BMX, rode to the beach with my friends, just to meet up with some girls.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We took 103rd all the way down, over the bridge, all the way down, went through the hood, yeah.
That's brave.
Hey, very brave.
Yeah, but mind you, one of my friends was two twins, Freddie and Frankie Claro. Freddie was like 180 pounds, 14, 15-year-old, jacked. His twin brother was a little bit smaller than him. So it's like, I'm this scrawny little kid with curly hair, and then it was like 12 of us. And we just ran to meet up with a bunch of girls. We got there, we spent and we didn't get back till like 9 o'clock at night. My dad was, the thing is, I knew my dad because of the military background I grew up with. I would call him and be like, hey, I'm okay. I'll call him and be like, hey, that was me, as a responsible kid.
You had to go somewhere to call him, right?
Yeah, public
phone.
phone.
Yeah.
Texting.
No, it was a public phone.
Why aren't you answering me?
Yeah.
It was a public phone.
FaceTime me right now. No, it was like, I'm going to see him later, dude.
Yeah.
If I don't, I'm going to have to go find him.
It'd be like, pop it a quarter in, hey, I'm alive. I'm over here with Freddie, this and that, and a couple girls. I'll be home later tonight. Okay, bye.
Whistle.
Not like that.
Gotta go home.
Yep, exactly. No, I remember where my grandmother, if you see that light off, that means you better come running home.
No, in front of
or
my
once
house.
it's off, you ain't coming in. The door is locked. Yeah, she'll tell me at 9 o'clock, that light's turning off. If you're not here, you're out. Like,
I remember growing up also playing football in front of the street in our house. And my dad be like, it'll be like 7 o'clock at night. He'll come out, hey, dinner time. Go take a shower. Okay. Football game's over. That meant everybody, whether it was my dad, our friends, the moment one parent walks out,
everybody will come out. Yep, exactly.
And you don't see that anymore.
Nope.
And I'm not gonna say it's the parents' fault, but it's also society. It's all of our fault.
It is, yeah, because you want your kid, just be quiet, go play your video games. Yeah, that's the thing. And I know I've done it, and now that I'm getting more involved with you guys and helping out other people in coaching. I mean, I want my kid to be out of that. Because my daughter, same thing. Like we're in the car, we're in the car, and they want me to hotspot for the phone and internet. Like I was like, no internet. You're gonna talk. You're gonna look out, like everybody's just looking down.
You get in the car, they ask for the hotspot.
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay, regulate that shit.
No,
we don't have internet.
Yeah, no internet. Like no internet.
What's that movie with the little robot that he's in a junkyard?
Wall-E.
Wall-E. If you look at Wall-E, even though it's a cartoon movie, and everybody's on a chair, and and what happens? Their exoskeleton wears down. They can't walk. They're on a chair because they've been up there for years, so they can't walk. So what happens? Muscle atrophy. Those people can't walk or stand up. So that's what's happening to society today. Everything is becoming so easy that they're forgetting to work. And that's what we're here for. That's what, the CrossFit community, that's what BK and I, yourself, we're here to help people get fit.
And hold your class to standards. Like, you're not just there to turn music on and show the fucking why. Tell these people, get in these people's heads. Like, this is why you're really here. This is what we need to change. Like, yes, you have your phone and you have all this stuff available to you, but like, we need each other too. Like, we honestly need this. You need this interaction. If you are stuck at home by yourself and you think that that's going to be beneficial to your growing and being a person in life, like, you're going to miss out on a lot. You're missing out on a lot. That's why I keep telling these kids, you guys are really missing out on a lot.
Yeah, like for example,
you walk in here with these headphones on and you walk past 10 people, like you literally just lost like a communication opportunity or even an opportunity just to meet somebody different, or you don't know who you're going to meet. Like, they might want to help you out and do something for you or whatever. It's like, we gotta, like, you just walking in the stores or walking into Dunkin' Donuts and grabbing a coffee. Like, now I can order it on the go and I can literally walk in and ride out without even saying anything to anybody. But I don't do that. I walk in and I actually look for somebody. I'm like, hey, thank you, good morning.
Yeah,
like
and
that,
that's why these phones, everything is making you, it's making everything so accessible.
Do you need help? Like, no, I got it. Like, thank you. I'm just telling you hi. You know, it's like,
yeah, and they're surprised because you want to, hey, good morning.
Usually people are like,
and I think that's mostly a lot in the big cities because like in Virginia, you open the door, like it's common courtesy. Hi, good morning, thank you, whatever.
Not even people that work here, just regular people.
Here,
yes, I say hi to you.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's
up? It's but here, everybody like you try to just hi and
No, you can't say hi to people here.
No.
They think that you're gonna hit on their girlfriend.
Yes.
Or you're gonna get into a fight.
Oh, that's another topic.
I went to a couple years ago. I took my son to IHOP. And there was no elderly lady coming in. And I waited, like she was like a couple minutes away. And I waited. I opened the door, and then I waited there. And then my son, 2 years old, saw me, and he got the other door. And he just like, what do we know? Just wait. And then he stayed there, the other, and I was staying the other way. And then the lady, she came in, and she thanked me, and then she thanked my son, and she even told me, like, you know, that's how the kids learn from their parents.
That goes with this too, man. Like being an influence. Like, we have to hold ourselves to these standards too. Right?
Yes.
A couple months ago, I gained 20 pounds and I looked like shit. You know, people were calling me out. They were like, "Hey, you know, how are you doing?" And they would like start asking me, like hinting around, and I'm like, "You know, I'm doing fine. I just had the surgery or whatever." But I started to realize, like, man, like these people see me here every day, and they're just seeing me getting bigger. You know, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm supposed to be their role model. Like, I can't tell you like, oh, you know, I'm not feeling well because of my surgery, so I'm eating like shit and I feel depressed. Like, they don't want to hear that shit.
No,
they're gonna go do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Next week, you know what I did this week? I didn't fucking drink. I ate this. I ate that. I took pictures of it. And then 20 pounds later, I shed, and people are like, dude, you look fucking awesome,
there
man.
You go, yeah.
And then it starts to go around. It's like, all right, well, this is what I'm doing. This is how it happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, oh, this is how it happens, and I'm still here. You know, they're looking at me like, well, you need to start practicing what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Right? So it is like we're influencers. We're influencing the kids. They watch you and they learn.
Yeah.
You know, and you could be at a bar, or you could be anywhere else, and they could be hanging out with you doing the same shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna eventually start drinking, and they're gonna follow your lead.
Yeah.
And it's like you're bringing them to the gym. I had somebody complain like, oh, I can't believe that lady brings her kid so early in the morning to the gym. Poor kid. And I'm like, what?
She's making it work.
I go, do you realize that little girl is gonna wake up in the morning on time for work every day,
and wanting
to? She's gonna be there early, and she's gonna hustle because she sees her mom here busting her ass every morning.
Yep.
Every morning.
And because she's gonna eventually want to do CrossFit too.
You have no idea what this is doing for that kid. Like,
slowly.
Like, poor kid, nothing.
Training her mentally. Yeah.
High five, chest bump. That kid's gonna be president one day. Like,
yeah.
Come on, they're gonna be very well and successful at something.
Yeah.
So it is. It's like, you know, they're watching us. They're watching us, man, and everybody watches us. Even when you walk into somewhere, people look at you. They're like, oh, that's fit guy, you know. But if you approach them and like even explain to them, listen, this is how I got fit, dude. This is where it starts.
Yeah. They don't know like the journey. They just want to quick. They think it's they don't want to know the journey.
Fit his whole life.
Yeah, no. Everybody has struggles.
It's not that easy, buddy.
Everybody has struggles. Everybody gain weight. Everybody goes through their low slumps and.
So it's just keeping on the top.
Sorry about that.
I've been doing it for 10 years now. Like I said, I gained 20 pounds. Like, I was right on the verge of going back to 220. I could have easily done it. It wasn't very far away. I mean, I was building it up. But it had to be, that was it. And I know where I need to be. I'm around all these influences, and people are asking me about my diet. I can't tell them, you know, some bullshit. I gotta be able to tell them what I'm eating.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to me last year, I suffered a minor heart attack. And when I got released from the hospital on Friday, worked out that Saturday, Sunday, I think I went shooting on Sunday, and on Monday I went back to training, and people are like, "You're crazy! You suffered a heart attack." I go, "The cardiologist said it was a minor heart attack, that I'll be fine." And they're like, "Yeah, but at least ease into it." That was me easing.
There's no, yeah, that's the thing. People understand how, there's no way to ease certain things.
Depending on your mentality. I mean,
yes.
Obviously, Brian, and along with my wife, because my wife had, right after him in February, she had hernia surgery from the birth of the baby. She had the hernia. And over here, about to start a class, she was picking up a marker and it popped out on her. And later, about an hour later, he took her to the hospital, and the next day she got her surgery. But with me, it was just, okay, I got a heart attack, okay, let me just keep going. You know, after I did a competition, and I got second place. Shortly after that, my health went to shit. I started having all these liver issues and gallbladder, kidneys, everything. Even your
body was shutting down pretty much.
It was cleaning itself up from what happened, from the heart attack, and I was scared. And actually, I was more scared the day of the heart attack than anything else, because I'm here being a box owner and a coach and a trainer, and I'm teaching people how to eat correctly and eat right, live right. And I suffer a heart attack being fit. And a lot of people through social media were like, "Yo, what happened?" And stress, man, stress I think is our biggest killer. And you could be fit or you can be overweight. If you have stress, you're done. You can't live it. And fitness
it's important, yeah.
Stress relief.
It is.
It is a huge stress relief.
It's stress, but it's controllable. You can control this stress.
Yes.
The stress that you get a flat tire and you're all fucking pissed off because somebody's yelling in your face.
During 5 o'clock rush hour.
This is a reward of stress. Like, you're like, all right, I'm gonna stress myself out and I'm gonna push myself to do 50 box jumps as fast as I can. But I know that at the end of that, my endorphins are gonna go through the roof, and I'm gonna be able to fucking run a mile after. You know, and it's not like I'm pissed off at somebody yelling at them and I have this aggression, stress, and then I go to sleep with that, and then I wake up and I'm like, I'm still angry about it. You know, like you're done. Your endorphins it's an attitude changer.
Yeah.
That's a game
well, like
changer.
yesterday, we were doing the therapy, recovery
work,
and I had to leave. My wife calls me. I brought her from Colombia, so she has no family. I'm her only support system. And she calls me and she's crying with the 2 kids. I just got out of work. They're all running around. And she just started crying. Like, she just broke down with the phone. I'm like, I have to go. I have to leave. So I had to go. And okay, you have to start coming to the gym now. Like, I have to get her in here to start, releasing all the stress.
The thing is also she has a very stressful job. She's a chef. So
it wasn't like, we need to get you some medication.
No, it's more so she just needed somebody to talk to her and relief, and
you need to exercise.
Exercise, yeah.
Be around good people. And
exactly.
And be confident
and I think that's also too. She's not. Since I'm now losing weight.
She's constantly seeing stress.
Yes.
She's not in here.
Yeah.
And having 2 kids or even 1 kid like myself, it's stressful. Having a kid is stressful.
Yeah, that's gonna help your family.
Yeah.
Dude.
Fitness it's a life thing. I see a lot of people.
A lifestyle, yeah.
It's a lifestyle, no, but life. It's not just a short.
Correct.
It's
a way of life,
it's
yeah.
a journey.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people, I want to drop 20 pounds.
Okay, what after?
But you want to do 20.
exactly.
Yeah.
And you can
What's
drop
gonna happen
20
after?
pounds in no time. It's maintaining it and staying fit. I've had people tell me, I still weigh the same when you help me 20 pounds. I'm like, but now the thing is, you can weigh 155.
But I'm 10 years down the road. Like,
Yeah.
I tell them.
want to be that much different.
Like I tell them, you could be 155 with 14% body fat when you were training with me, but now you're 155 with 23%. That you're not doing nothing. Does that tell you something? That you've lost muscle, you gained the body fat, this and that. Don't go by weight. Go by how your clothes feel, how you look. If all of a sudden you're weighing 155 with 14% body fat and you see a 6-pack, 6 months later, a year later, you're 155 with no 6-pack, and your waist and your pants went up are a little tighter, something's wrong.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't understand. People have been misled in marketing and fitness through weight loss. And I've seen it as a kid. You know, when there was Xenadrin, the Fen diet, these Fen pills, ephedra, and they're like weight loss. Stacker 2. And they're like weight loss. Don't go by weight loss.
Illegal.
Look, I weigh 180 pounds right now, and I'm about 14% body fat. And I'm happy.
That's great, where I'm at.
You know, my normal competition weight is about 165, 170. I actually feel fit. Yeah, my Metcon is a little bit off, but I am happy where I'm at. But guys, thanks. This was our first. I know we went a little bit past our time, but thanks for tuning in and talking shit about fitness. This is our first episode from BK Dunn and myself. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Have an amazing day.
We'll be back.
Bye, guys.